What is up, everybody? You know it's Friday. You're here with your girl Beefy, and I am so excited to be back live with you again. I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of like I've been feeling like there's been a full moon for the last like 2 weeks because I swear the craziest things have been happening. People have been acting out of pocket, and I just can't help but laugh. But it's what brings me to my topic today. All right, we're going beyond motivation. We're talking about the power of dedication. And people are kind of like, oh, well, isn't that the same thing? They're nowhere near each other. Motivation really is just temporary. Dedication is something that's created for the long term. So we're going to dive deep. We're going to talk about these two things. Look, there's nothing better than feeling jacked on a Friday. Look at the trip. Let's go. Oh, man, I'm feeling so amped right now. All right, y'all. So, like I said, there's been a full moon for the last 2 weeks. People have been acting crazy. And what that has said to me is that I really am not only part of a team of people who are one of a kind. I mean, what up? What up, Aunt? What up? Don't get me started. I'm so pumped. But it's rare to find people with actual dedication, right? So if we had to break down what it is, what motivation, the definition of motivation is it's an initial desire along with enthusiasm to start or pursue a goal. All right. It's driven by internal and external factors. All right. So, once again, motivation is a feeling, it's a desire to work towards something. And I mean, we all have those. Sometimes I come home and I'm like, today I'm going to start doing mobility every single day. I'm going to do it before bed. I'm going to do it before I work out. And then that quickly just fades away. I try though. I really do try. But when it comes to dedication, the definition of dedication is a sustained commitment and perseverance to continue working towards a goal over time, regardless of the challenges. Do you hear how in depth that is? Motivation is a feeling, and then dedication is a sustained commitment. You really think I wake up every day at 3:30 feeling motivated? I'm not going to lie. I do wake up feeling that way a majority of the time, but I'm human and that's not something that is honestly sustainable. Motivation is not sustainable. And why is that? Well, there's feelings, emotions, the people around us. I mean, I could clearly state that, oh, come on, Lauren, you better quit right now. Look, I also got some free breakfast today. I shouldn't say free. I don't like a free meal. I don't like a free meal. We had a team meeting. I got me some breakfast from my favorite place, First Watch. They come out with seasonal juices. I'm just gonna let you guys know the seasonal juice right now is on point. It's delicious. So if you like strawberry flavored anything, you need to go. But I'm just, I'm feeling overdrive right now. But waking up every day, coming to the gym. Sometimes I'm at the gym from 4:30 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. All right. And that's because this is something that I love to do. I have the desire, of course, that's my motivation, the desire to be here, but I am committed. My commitment to Oxford, my commitment to the athletes, the commitment to myself. Right? That is what I stand on. I'm standing 10 toes down on the commitment that I've made to myself to be 1% better every single day. And mind you, I'm not 100% every day, but you need to look at it this way is like if you woke up today and all you have to give is 75%, but you give 75%, then guess what? You have given 100% of what you are capable of giving. Right? So what ends up happening is when we have motivation being the only driving force between something that we're working towards, it's not lasting. Because some days I'm going to get up, I'm going to be cramping that time of the month. I'm not going to be feeling great because I might be so sore. I'm having trouble sitting down and standing up. That motivation is gone. But what drives me is my dedication to being a phenomenal athlete, a great leader, the support system to my athletes, to my coaching clients. Like, it's not about me. And I find that when it comes to being motivated or dedicated to something, that there has to be that underlying reason that you're doing what you're doing. So when it comes to motivation, like I said, it's just temporary. It fluctuates, it's fleeting, it comes and goes. But dedication, of course, like I said, consistent and long term. So we're going to talk about the steps that you can take to continue being dedicated towards your goals, right? So how do we start with dedication? Number one, we're going to set clear, specific goals. Lauren and I kind of touched base on this last week when we spoke about when you're starting a new routine, you're starting a new gym routine, you're trying to, do something, you have an end goal, but you have to set yourself up for success along the way by setting little goals, celebrating little wins. Because how can you expect to have this long goal of losing 40 pounds? And I'm sorry to say it, but you're not going to lose 40 pounds within a month. You're not going to lose it within 2 months. I mean, there's something out there right now that you might be able to do that. But once again, that's something that's not sustainable either. But we're not going to talk about that today. But you need to be able to celebrate yourself along the way, because if you can't celebrate yourself along the way, we feel defeated. And now that motivation is gone. You have no desire to get up to the gym because you're like, what is it doing for me? I've been doing it for 3 weeks to a month. But let me tell you, honey, okay, and I stand on this, is that it took you years to get to the place that you're at. It took you years to gain 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds. All right. And if you really think that in a 3 weeks to 2 months that you're going to lose that 50 pounds, I'm sorry, baby, but you delulu. Okay. That's not something that actually happens. All right. So you have to know that it's going to take real commitment to yourself and your goals to be able to achieve that goal, right? So we set clear, specific goals. All right, I want to lose 40 pounds. Okay, so that means in 1 month, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. All right, you know what? That's actually very doable. Okay, month 2. Okay, maybe you kind of lose sight of your goal a little bit because now you're enjoying what you're doing. And so your goal has kind of expanded a little bit. You're like, oh, well, I want to get strong. Or maybe I want to be able to do 10 unbroken push-ups. So you can adjust your goals along the way, but it makes for more wins, which is even better, which is going to keep you motivated while you're staying dedicated to your goals, right? So once we've set our goals and we've set them up for success along the way, our next step is to create a plan and then break it down. So what that means is, how am I going to get there? Okay, well, if your goal is to lose 40 pounds, the first step in that plan, join a gym. Okay, great. I've joined the gym. I'm feeling good. Okay, next step, get a coach. I'm telling you, the biggest thing about all of this is always accountability. And I've been told before, and I have fallen victim to this as well. Don't tell people your goals. Just don't do it. Don't go out there telling someone, I'm going to lose 40 pounds. Because the first question you're going to get is why? It's not going to be support. Because when you're doing something that people can't imagine themselves doing, there isn't going to be any support. It's just going to be pushback. I'm telling you, I tell people all the time, I get up at 3:30. Sometimes I train once or twice a day, depending on the season or what we're working towards. And they're like, why? That sounds awful. And I've said this before in a podcast. I could literally tell somebody, I'm still drunk from the night before. And they're like, oh my God, tell me about your night. Was it so much fun? What did you do? What did you have to drink? But then if I tell someone, oh, I'm mainly eating carnivore or animal based, they're like, oh God, why? Why would you do that? That sounds so miserable. To whom? Look at me. I'm made of nothing but pure beef. Grade A, grass fed and grass finished, baby. I love it. But that's because I'm committed to myself and I'm committed to this life. So back to what I was saying, we create a plan, right? I'm coming to the gym. I love the gym. I get a coach. I love my coach. Now I'm working out 3 to 4 times a week. I have specific days that I'm working out. All right, great. Now I'm working on my nutrition. Every single step is something that is going to keep you committed. But is there always going to be motivation? Absolutely not. Do you think I want to honestly go somewhere to eat? I mean, no, I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. I can't use that analogy. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm just like, man, I'm really tired of chewing, or I'm really tired of eating ground beef because that's the stage I'm in right now. But I will tell you, I tried to eat a little snacky snack the other day of just like 4 spoonfuls of ice cream. It didn't taste good. And then later on, I didn't feel good. And it's like, see, this is why I just don't do it. It is not worth it. It's even like, think of it like drinking. You drink every single night before you go to bed. You have a glass of wine, maybe 2. You drink on the weekends. Well, the only reason it feels good to you is because you're in a constant state of being poisoned. You better be glad that your liver is the one organ in your body that regenerates, because if it didn't regenerate, you'd go out one night and get drunk, and guess what? You ain't surviving. You ain't waking up the next day. Your body is just ruined. But thank God it regenerates. You're lucky, right? So when you're staying in that constant state of inflammation because you're eating bad, you're staying in this constant state of sickness, you're not going to know the difference, right? But when you're in this state of being healthy, eating healthy, treating your body, the one body that you get, like the temple that it is, when you do sometimes try to venture out, you paying for it the next day. I can't even lie. You're not going to feel good, right? So I've created this plan for myself. What are my steps? I wake up every day at 3:30. I'm at the gym by 4:30, 4:45. I'm coaching class 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm doing work after that. I'm coaching again, and then I'm training in the afternoons. Sometimes I'm training in the morning and in the afternoons. I train on the weekends. Even when I'm with my family on the weekends, we have gym dates. We go together or work out either here at Oxfit or at our neighborhood gym together, or we're active outside. I have a set goal. So now I've broken it down. I've created this plan, and it's the only way to be sustainable because I can commit to these small goals along the way. And then that brings me to my next point: track your progress. And I'm not saying step on the scale. Stepping on the scale is honestly the biggest disservice that you could do for yourself possible, because the scale is going to lie. I wish I had a picture of myself at 180 pounds then compared to me at 180 pounds now, because that ain't the same person, honey. That ain't the same person at all. So how are we tracking progress? Well, when you first started and you came into the gym, could you do 10 push-ups unbroken? No, but now you can. All right, check that off. You measured yourself, which is one way that we track with our clients. You measured yourself when you started the program and you came to the gym. It's been 2 months. You've lost 6 inches. Hell yeah, track your progress. That's incredible. You come in, you have your baseline workout when we meet for the first time. At the end of 8 weeks, we do your baseline workout again. You just beat it by 6 minutes. Dude, that's crazy, right? So you can check things off along the way. If you're anything like me, I've grown to love a checklist. I'm trying to be more like my bestie, Savannah. Man, that girl loves a checklist. She loves her planner. She put in a checklist. Shout out to my best friend, Savannah, for inspiring me to try and become a better version of me. Because I'll tell you, there's type A, type B, and then there's type C. And that doesn't stand for Caitlin, that stands for chaos. And I'm right there. And I sometimes kind of meander around being type B plus. But, that's just me doing me, being the best that I can be, right? So we've set clear, specific goals. We created a plan, broke it down. We're tracking our progress. The next part is establish routines and habits. All right. We talked about this last week, and I feel like we actually talk about this in every podcast that we have about how habits are the key to success. Habits can make or break you. You might have really bad habits right now that you need to change. And when you change them, your whole life changes, right? You say you want to be a morning workout person, but you tend to go to bed at 11:30 or midnight. Okay, that's an easy habit to change. Let's go to bed between 9 and 10 p.m. You get in the habit of things. You're waking up in the morning. It starts getting easier to wake up. What a great habit to have. All right, maybe you're like me. You struggle with acne. Well, I've created a routine and have a habit of no matter what I'm doing, even in the past when I would come home a little, tipsy, I'm still taking my contacts out, taking my lashes off, washing my face before I go to bed. And it's such a habit that I'd wake up sometimes in the morning, I'd be like, oh my God, who took my makeup off? But it's just me because I'm the only one in my bed. But you have no idea how important creating habits can be for, anything. It doesn't even have to be fitness. Anything in life that you want, any goal that you are trying to achieve, habits are the key. And then to make it even better, you can incorporate your habits into your regular activities. So like I said, my habit of being an awesome athlete, I'm going to go out on this weekend and go paddleboarding with my husband. We might go on an 8-mile hike. And the thing is, it's crazy to do those things because it's like, oh, wow, I'm so fit and I'm such an athlete that I can do those kinds of things. And they fit my goals. They fit what I love to do. And I've put that into my own personal life. Right? So it's not just something that you do when you step through this door at the gym. Your habits are created in your day-to-day from the moment that you wake up and the moment that you go to bed. I have my routine. I wake up in the morning. I brush my teeth. I shower, a cold shower at that. I put my little ice globes on my face. I get my lunch ready. I'm getting dressed. My husband's up, make him breakfast. And then it's just like, I do this every morning. So there's never any confusion. I'm not confusing my body. I'm not confusing my mind, my spirit of what I should be doing. Because I'll tell you, there have been times that on the weekend, I'm like, I'm going to sleep in. And I end up sleeping in till like 8:30. I know some people are going to watch this and be like, sleeping in is 8:30. Hell yeah, sleeping in is 8:30. That's freaking 5 hours after I usually wake up. But I'll wake up 8:30. Lazy, mosey around a little bit. Then I take my vitamins late because that's something I do every morning. So then I'm eating later than I typically do. Then I'm not able to really get in my macros like I want to for the day. I'm not setting myself up for success. I feel like I've wasted part of my day. But like I said, that's for me. And that's what I've created for myself. Your habits, your routines are specifically created for you. Stop with this TikTok stuff. Stop with this Instagram. God, what are they? Influencers. Because I'm telling you, just watching what they do and you're like, oh, I can do that. Okay, but how sustainable is that? What is motivating you to do that? Is it just because you watch somebody do it and you're like, oh, well, that looks easy, and you keep it up for maybe a week or 2 weeks? It's like New Year's resolutions. People 100% of people will set a New Year's resolution. And by the end of the month, 47% of them have given up on their New Year's resolution. And by the end, only 3% of people have actually achieved their New Year's resolution and their goal. 3%, not even 10%. So you're telling me that if 1,000 people set a goal, not even 10 people are going to succeed at achieving that goal. And that is wild to me. That is crazy, because what it is that you're too scared to be uncomfortable. You're too scared of the unknown. You're entitled. You think that things should come easy, and when there's possibility of failure, you give up. Or You've told so many people about the goal that you have that now you're embarrassed. That's sad. That is honestly sad. And it's like, you get one life, you get one body, you get one chance to live this dream life that you want. It's like recently, I was talking with somebody and they were talking about how they really hate their job. They hate their job because there's no goal in sight. There's no end goal. They're not working towards anything. They're just there because the pay is good. And it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do about it? And I would say maybe 5% of the time people like that make the change. I'm sure that's a wrong statistic, but I mean, just from personal experience, I hear it all day. I have athletes come in, they hate their job, they hate where they live, they hate this, they hate that, they hate everything. And it's like, you woke up today. You have choices. You don't have to actually keep doing the same thing that you've been doing for years and years and years. And the only reason you keep doing the same thing that you're doing is because you refuse to make yourself uncomfortable to make a change. And hence, you're not going to reach any goal because you're not making any changes. So it's like, when will you start? When will be that time? Being ready, that's not a real thing. And I've said this, I tell this to people all the time. Being ready is not real. The right time is not real. There will never be the right time and you will never be ready. The only difference between you and that millionaire that you keep wishing that you had their life is that they actually did something about it. I mean, I know sometimes there are other factors like generational wealth, right? But I know plenty of people who have come from nothing and they make something of themselves. It's because of all the actions and decisions that they made to benefit themselves, to work towards the goals that they had. What makes you different from them? Nothing. It's just that they wanted it more. They didn't care that they had to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to get their day started. They didn't care that maybe they had to stay up late or they had to miss this party or they had to not go on this vacation. Because what's crazy to me is I'll have people come to me and tell me, hey, Caitlin, I really want to lose 20 pounds. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is what you need to do. Maybe you can stop drinking for a month. Oh my God, I can't stop drinking for a month. Okay, well, maybe cut back on your drinks. Why don't you eat like this? Oh no, I can't do that. Okay, well, you know what? Keep leading from a place of weakness instead of strength, and you're not ever going to achieve your goals. Sorry to break it to you. Just keeping it real. But it's like, I know I can do it. I'm surrounded by people that do it every single day. Aunt, Lauren, Savannah, my husband, the other coaches here at the gym. I see them working. Okay. I see them putting in the time, putting in the work, sacrificing things to get where they need to be. And the thing is, it's not about forever sacrifice. When I tell you, oh, if you want to make a change and you want to lose that 20 pounds, you can stop drinking and eat healthier. That doesn't mean it has to be forever. But if you can't give something up for a month just to work towards and achieve a goal, well, baby, that thing is controlling you. You're not controlling it. And I would take a second look at that and decide maybe if that's something that you should keep in your life. I know I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but I'm just so passionate about helping people achieve their goals, watching people achieve their goals, being part of a team that achieves and exceeds their goals, always doing something hard and uncomfortable. You can do hard, uncomfortable things. You just have to stop being scared. Stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking that you can't do it, because you can. I have someone in my life who is about to be 5 years old. His name is Leo. And if you ask him, what happens when you fall down? And he'll tell you, you get right back up. Period. He's 5. He's about to be 5. And if an almost 5-year-old can do that, why not a 35-year-old? Why not someone in their 50s? It is never, ever too late to start working towards your goals. Ever. I just saw recently on the CrossFit Games, on the age division, the age group that they just had going, the oldest competitor there was like 72 or 74, and she just started working out at age 70. 70. There are people who are giving up in life because they're in their 40s and they feel like they've never accomplished anything and they never will. Well, guess what? With that kind of mentality, you never will. So you might as well just go ahead, sell everything, just give up. Go dig your own grave. Go ahead, go lay in it. But if you actually want to make a change, you want something out of this life that, once again, you only get one of. And you know what? And we're not promised tomorrow. All right, you can see in the corner of my screen right here, you see all of those. I wish I could just turn the screen right now. I probably could. I have a whole rack of medals, and I've attained those medals. I've obtained those medals over the last 5 years, almost 5 years. Back when I was 28, 29, 30, I was still out drinking, clubbing, taking drugs, doing whatever else. A fun fact about me, when I first started the gym, we like to make a joke. I straight looked like a crackhead. I ain't even gonna lie. Probably shouldn't say that on here, but I can say that about myself. I'm talking about me, not anybody else. But if I can do it, someone who never really has seen anything significant for themselves in the past to where I'm at now, I envy people who already have these goals and these routines and this dedication set in place in their 20s. God, I would be the freaking Kool-Aid man right now. Busting through this wall, I'd be so yoked. If you have the ability to do it now, just do it. Stop blaming your kids. Stop blaming your partner. Stop blaming your job. It's you. You have sole responsibility over yourself. And you have complete control over yourself. You can't control anything else. But what you can control is you can stop hating your job. If you hate your job, what are you going to do about it? Oh, well, I've always thought about owning my own business. Okay, then what are you going to do? You're going to set clear, specific goals? What's your plan? What's your business plan? How are you breaking this down? Okay, great. You're along the way. What are you doing to track your progress? You had a sale, even though you don't have a storefront yet. That's great. But what routines have you established now? Maybe you don't sleep in until 9 a.m. You wake up at 7 a.m. You get your day started. You journal. You get ready. You write down the things that you're going to do today. There's someone on social media that I really like. She actually comes to this gym. Her name is Carrie. And her Instagram is Social with Carrie, I think. Hopefully, I don't get that wrong. But one thing that she does that I see on her Instagram that motivates me, and like I said, that's motivation because I'm not there yet, but it inspires me. It gives me that feeling, is that she will post her schedule for the day or what she has planned for the day. And she's just working through, checking it off. And I'm like, dang, I need to be on that level. A little bit too much chaos for me. So maybe one day I'll be at A minus, maybe not an A, but I'll get there. But what things are you doing to establish yourself in that routine and create that habit? Right? So when it comes to being motivated, I'm glad that the motivation got you to step in through the door, because that's what it's going to do. That motivation is going to get you hype. It's going to get you excited. It's going to help you get to that point. I get motivated when I buy a new sports bra. New leggings. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to work out in this. I'm going to look so cute. I'm going to feel strong. I look jacked in it. Great. I feel motivated. I'm ready to work out. But what about the next day when I don't have that cute little outfit to wear? Am I as motivated? When I wake up super sore in the morning, am I as motivated to know that I'm going to get my ass kicked later in my training? Yes and no. Yes and no. Just depends on the day. But I'm not always going to be motivated. You're not always going to be motivated. Think about it like a relationship. Okay? You make that commitment to that person and you choose them every single day. Whether you've been together for a year, a few months, a decade, maybe longer, Shout out to Lauren and Ant just celebrating their 12-year anniversary. Cute. I love that. But you are dedicated to them and you are committed to that relationship. Why is a goal any different than building a relationship with yourself? Are you not going to be committed to yourself? Are you going to, be lying to yourself saying that, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? Think of it that way. Think of it as you being committed to yourself and making that goal and setting that goal, when in the end, you're just lying to yourself. And that's another thing. Don't come to me and tell me that you want to achieve a certain goal. Thanks, Ann. Learn from the best. Don't come to me and tell me that you want to achieve a certain goal. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to believe you for a moment. But the minute that I see that you're not dedicated or committed to that goal, guess what? I can't trust you anymore. I can't trust you as a person. Because you want to talk all this talk. You want people to celebrate you before you even achieve that goal. That's all that you're looking for, is the hype and the celebration. You're like, I'm going to go to the gym, I'll lose 40 pounds. You might have those people around like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. And that's what you were looking for, that immediate instant gratification. But what about that long-term success? Isn't that better than instant gratification? I think so. I could today go and do a bar muscle up, but maybe it's just my lucky day. But I have to stay committed to that goal of getting that bar muscle up so I can have long-term success and be able to continue to perform at that level. So I'm telling you, if you're watching this right now and you know me, and that's the thing, I see it every day. Caitlin, I'm going to do this. Caitlin, I'm going to do that. Okay, great. Most of the time, I know you're just blowing smoke up my butt. That's fine. That's okay. Because guess what? It has nothing to do with me. And I'm going to be out here achieving my goals. I'm going to be with my team, achieving our goals. We're going to be climbing to the top of Mount Everest. People are going to be like, I'm going to climb with you. See ya. Leaving you at the bottom. I'm sorry, but if you think that the type of accountability you need is for someone to carry you to your goals, that's not how it's done. Look, it's been over 30 minutes already. Let's go over what we've talked about today, because I know I just be talking. I just get so excited. So, of course, motivation, it's a feeling, it's a desire, it's fleeting, it comes and goes, it's not sustainable. Dedication, it's sustainable, it's a commitment, it's a promise you're making to yourself. That is something that can be worked on and believed in, right? So now we have our dedication and commitment. We set our goals. They're clear and specific. We've created a plan and we've broken down that plan into little bullet points. We've put plans of action with them. And now we're tracking our progress as we're making our way to that goal. And we've established good habits and routines that we need in order to achieve that goal. Because I'm telling you right now, you can achieve it. I know you can. And one of my favorite things is achieving my goals with my people, because it makes it easier to be surrounded by people who are like-minded and are driven, who are also chasing goals, who are going to keep me accountable to my goals, because I know that I can trust them and they're not lying. And they're going to also hold me to that same standard. So if you're needing something like that, then you know what? You need to step your foot in here in Oxfit, get into this group of like-minded and driven individuals who are working towards a goal every day, and be part of this incredible community. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you think that you can do this on your own, clearly out of motivation, you're wrong. Look, tune in next weekend. I'm sure I'm going to be out here being passionate, talking about something, and I'm telling you, you can do it. Stop making excuses. Stop doubting yourself. Stop not believing in your abilities and your capabilities, because I know you can. Stop leading from a place of weakness and lead from a place of strength. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you here same time next week. Can't wait. Crush it.